This is Capital Insider, taking you inside politics, policy, and government in Oklahoma. I'm Dick Pryor with Quorum Call publisher Sean Ashley. Sean, Governor Kevin Stitt has completed his work on bills sent to him at the end of the legislative session. He had 43 bills and joint resolutions to consider in the final days. So let's review what he did.
Stitt signed 40 of those bills and joint resolutions into law. He took no action on 3 of them, which means they were pocket vetoed. Now, a pocket veto occurs when the governor does not act on a bill within 15 days after the legislature adjourns sine die. The legislature adjourned sine die May 14th, so Governor Stitt had until May 29th to complete his work. That differs from when the legislature is still in session, and if the governor fails to take action on a bill or joint resolution then, within 5 days while the legislature is in session, excluding Sundays, it becomes law absent the governor's signature.
Leading up to and during the session, lawmakers filed 2,672 bills and joint resolutions. How many became law?
A total of 461 of those measures became law. That's 17.3% of all the bills and joint resolutions filed. Stitt signed 368 of them. He allowed another 89 to take effect without his signature. And in addition to the 3 pocket vetoes, he vetoed 37 other bills. But the legislature overrode 4 of those vetoes, allowing those measures to become law as well.
So that gives us some perspective. Fewer than 20% become
That,
law.
that's right.
Some state agencies have already begun implementing new laws. What action has occurred over the last several days?
The State Regents for Higher Education has begun the process of implementing new policies that could lead to the approval of an accelerated bachelor's degree that requires only 90 credit hours to complete. Most college degrees require at least 120 credit hours. House Bill 3315 directed the Regents to conduct a study to determine the feasibility of implementing bachelor's degree programs that require only 3 years or 90 credit hours to complete. The Commission on Educational Quality and Accountability is also in the process of implementing 2 pieces of legislation related to teacher academies and its reporting on workforce outcomes for state high school graduates. The Commission already has an application developed for independent teacher academies ready to go. That is required by House Bill 3076, which takes effect July 1. The Commission is also working on its implementation of House Bill 4262, which requires it to coordinate with the State Department of Education, Career Tech, and the state regents and other agencies to report on the workforce outcomes of high school graduates, including post-secondary enrollment, credential attainment, employment, and earnings information.
Discussion of a proposed aluminum smelter plant in Inola has been heating up. Attorney General Gentner Drummond has filed a lawsuit to block the smelter project. What are his concerns, and what has been Governor Stitt's response?
Drummond said he filed the petition to protect Oklahoma's people, air, land, and water. The smelter would occupy about 350 acres along the Verdigris River, within about 3 miles of Inola's schools, homes, and farms, Drummond said. And much of the petition focuses on potential environmental and agricultural impacts of the proposed facility. Now, Stitt announced the plan to build the smelter in May of 2025. It's part of a series of investments negotiated by President Donald Trump. Stitt tied Drummond's opposition to the facility to Trump's endorsement of former state Senator Mike Mazzei, one of Drummond's opponents in the upcoming Republican gubernatorial primary. As soon as President Trump made his endorsement in the governor's race, Stitt said, Drummond dropped the act and showed his true colors. Stitt added, President Trump's aluminum project in Inola will rapidly grow Oklahoma's economy and strengthen America's supply chain for generation, while Drummond turns his back on our state in favor of cheap political gimmicks and personal gain.
New figures for state revenues are out. What do they show?
According to State Treasurer Todd Russ, total state revenues in May totaled $1.3 billion, a 2.7% increase from May of 2025. Gross production tax collections on oil and natural gas showed the largest increases, up more than 20%, likely reflecting increases in those prices as a result of the U.S. war with Iran.
Thank you, Sean.
You're very welcome.
For more information, go to quorumcall.online. Until next time, with Sean Ashley, I'm Dick Pryor.